Hey everyone, it's 3 o'clock, it's Tuesday. That means it's Tech Tuesday. Today I'm going to be continuing on a series in TrueVision diagnostics for fiber, and I'll be looking at the video and voice diagnostics on the ONT screen. Be right back. Thanks for joining me. Rick Husey here with Zecorum. First of all, this is not deja vu. If you happen to see a Tech Tuesday video pop up earlier today, I was going through some of our videos and I saw one that was for some reason showing up as unlisted and not as public. So I went ahead and said, I'll just change that to public. And when I did that, suddenly everybody got a notification. The other thing that I'm seeing on my screen right now that you may be seeing, and maybe you're hearing me and not seeing me move, but this laptop I noticed for the last 20 minutes since I've had it on has been really sluggish. So I think, and also I noticed that the stream, said my stream quality was a little bit unsteady. So I can almost guarantee that this laptop is doing a Windows update right now, because when that happens, things just kind of bog down here. So hopefully that won't impact the stream too much. It should be over here shortly, unless it's a really big update. But you may see me freezing or have some issues here on that. So I apologize. But I was going to go ahead and show again today this ONT screen. I was going to talk about specifically this video and voice panel down here, right down here. But just a quick update. So this is a screen. This is the ONT diagnostic screen. In the past sessions, I've shown the OLT screen, where we aggregate a lot of information from the individual ONTs that are out on the network. This is the ONT screen, where we're getting information from the OLT about this device, and we're putting that on a screen. So as you can see, this is a fantastic screen if you've got a call center that's taking calls from people that have fiber service or DOCSIS service. We also support DOCSIS. But I've been going through the fiber features of TrueVision recently, these last many weeks. So we're talking about that today. So just quick review. This is our development platform. So that's the second thing that could go wrong here. Is I wanted to pull up a device on our development platform just in case any customer information popped up. I wanted to make sure there was not anything that was a real customer. We do have fake customer information in here, like we have a few that have got a fake address, and we stick the pin in the map in a place where the device does not really exist, even though it's a real device out in the field. So that's what we're looking at. In this case, I don't have any customer information here. Normally you'd see the name of the customer, their address, their phone number, their account number, that kind of stuff in this panel. And then you'd see, with an address in here, you would see it would plot a pin on the map. And then you'd see where it is on the map, plus you'd see any other devices in this panel that are nearby, and you can see, if they're color-coded to show that they're having an existing problem, that kind of thing. But in this case, I was looking for a device that had some voice and video services, and I couldn't find one that had an actual fake name and address in there. So I'm using one of these that just has just a MAC address that I could pull up. So that's what I'm looking at here. In a quick review, again, we can see what the device is here. There'll be a picture of that. We can see this is a Calix device. We can see what type it is. A lot of information about the device, serial number, that kind of stuff, subscriber ID, MAC address. And then we have any alerts or warnings here. We've got an alert on transmit level, 2.478 dBm. We've got some OLT receive levels, and then just the receive level right here, some warnings there. Those are in red. So these things, again, for a call center rep, these things stand out because they can see right away, oh, this is yellow. Yellow, bad, red, worse kind of thing. We've got this panel up here that tells a lot of information about the port. I can scroll down, get a lot of information there. I can ping that. If there were an IP address, I could ping that information. I can see all the errors. So I've gone through this. I think that might have been what I showed last week. And then you've got a drill in right here where you can drill in and get historical data on all these same items, like all these errors and data transfer and downstream octets over time, anywhere from 24 hours through 90 days. And then also you can stream it in live if you click a live button and watch it stream in live. So I showed that last week. So this week I'm covering these two panels. So again, for a call center rep, if they get on the phone with a customer, customer may say something like, hey, my phone's not working. This obviously is if you're providing phone service over this fiber connection that you've got. So you've got almost like a POTS service that you're providing over this. So you can see here they get some immediate information. You've got your description, which is generally put in by the operator. Subscriber ID, call status is idle, so you could see if this person was on a call. You can see Well, actually, you can see that this, yeah, you can see it's on hook, so it's not off hook. So, maybe there's a phone off hook somewhere, so you could see that if that's the case. So no call is being made right now. This phone is on hook. And you can see that it's registered. That's important. So this call center rep could say, oh, okay, it's registered, okay, so we don't have that problem. You can ping it. You can see the registration information. You can see how many registration attempts there have been, how many registration grants, outbound call attempts, outbound call completions, inbound call attempts and completions, a little small on my screen here. 911 call attempts, and then 911 call completions. So you get all of this data. And this, I believe, is maybe over the last 24 hours, or maybe since the last time we polled, because you'll see down here, we polled this. The last time this polled was today at 2:30 p.m. when I first brought this up. And you can, where is it? Oh, here it is. So up here you've got an auto update. So if you wanted to auto update this every 15 minutes, then you can check that box, and every 15 minutes this information on the screen will auto update. Or if you want to see what's going on right now, like you're talking to the customer and you check something or you do something, you say, well, let me check it now. You can click this little button here. And that's going to update. I'm assuming it's going to update everything. You can see it pulled in new information here. If I look down here now, it says 3 o'clock. So this was the last time it polled, was 3 o'clock. It's now about 6 minutes after 3. So in about 3:15 or so, I could click that again and get a new update from the most latest poll. But you see nothing changed here. So it's still, all this information is the same. Still nobody on the phone. And you can see there's been no call attempts. So it may be that that's since the last polling period that these would be call completions and attempts, those kinds of things. I should find that out. Should have found that out beforehand. Then we've got video right here, and you've got your RF ports. And you can see in this case, we've got a descriptor of 1 basic. And is that the same thing? No, that's just a description of this. So that's again something the operator puts in, I think. You can see that's enabled, operational status, power AC up. If I click this little arrow button here, I can see the subscriber ID, 1234, and then again the description basics. So that's the basic, or that's the description right here that we're seeing. You've got this particular one. I haven't found any that had anything under here. So this may be a specific use case, but it's got hot RF ports, or maybe that means there's an issue, and I apologize for not knowing that. I'm just showing these features here, and hopefully, if you were familiar with fiber, you know what would be showing up here. So we've got hot RF ports, and we can see port, operational status. I'm assuming that would be enabled or enabled, and then power. So maybe it's a specific kind of port. Then we've got AVO ports here, and we see we've got our RF return is disabled. We've got receive optical signal, and that's in a warning stage. It's yellow. So it's minus 0.800. Then we've got a burst count. I'm assuming that would be maybe burst errors. And then we've got operational status, and we've got down. So this is yellow for that. So I looked through lots of different customers of ours, and this is similar to what a lot of them have. So then I looked here on the development platform and found one that I thought would be something that might be the kind of thing that you'd see if you had both voice and video status or services up. But you can see here, the main point that I want to point out today, and this is going to be a brief Tech Tuesday today, was that you've got these 2 panels. So again, this is for any call center rep that can pull this up and quickly see, hey, I've got a problem here. Or if the customer is calling with a voice or a video problem, you've got some information to help guide that person, either that call center rep or somebody else. So the call center rep could escalate when they see an issue like this, or they see an issue over here, maybe they see an issue where it's not registered, or they see something in here. They can then escalate that. Somebody can look at it here, and you can resolve that issue a little bit more quickly and a little bit more intelligently, because you have a bit of a look into the subscriber experience and what's going on here. So again, TrueVision, cross-platform tool. Fiber is the most recent features that we've been adding. We started out with DOCSIS years ago. Over 10 years ago, we were doing DOCSIS, and we added fiber. Very similar screens if you've got a mixed plant. If you've got DOCSIS devices, then the DOCSIS devices, very similar screen. You got your picture of your cable modem, and you've got a lot of details in here about these various things going on. You've got up in this area, you've got the different ports that, channels that customers are connected to. For example, if you got, 11 bonded downstream channels. You can see all the stats on those. You've got other information. There's a voice tab. Actually, you can click on if they're providing voice service through that cable modem or that like an EMTA. And again, you've got the customer information, the map. So great tool if you've got fiber alone or if you've got DOCSIS alone, and especially great if you've got both technologies, because then you've got one diagnostics tool to look at all of your broadband subscribers. And if they happen to have two different kinds of devices, you can actually see them both and switch back and forth. That's unusual to have like fiber and cable in the same place, but you would see that. Or if they had two cable modems, you could click back and forth. So that's it for today. Again, this is normally there would be a customer information here in a map, and next week I am actually going to show this area here. I'll show the map, but also show what happens when you drill in on that map when you've actually got customer data and it's geocoded. I'll show some of the map features when you click in from this screen, because again, that's a great way to troubleshoot. If you want to see what's happening to other subscribers nearby, are they experiencing the same kind of things, or is it something kind of limited to this one subscriber that you're looking at? Thanks for joining me. Hopefully the stream went well and there were no issues due to this Windows update. I'm going to check and see, just curious if anything's popped up here yet. Nothing yet. I bet in a little while I'm going to see a little thing down on the side of my screen that says Windows updates are ready to be downloaded, and then I'll have to restart this laptop and go through that whole process. Thanks again. If this was helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on the video. I'd appreciate that. If you're not subscribed and you want more information on Tech Tuesdays or my daily broadband deployment news, I do that every day, not on weekends, but I do that every day except Tuesdays when I'm doing this. So broadband deployment news every day. I'm live at some point during the day. So hit subscribe, click the little bell, and you'll be notified at that time when I'm live. Thanks a lot, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.